Has your adult child set boundaries for you that have left you puzzled? Many times these come out of the blue and you're not even sure why or how this is happening. But I want you to look at it as a step towards a healthier relationship. So I want to explore how respecting these new boundaries that have been put upon you can actually bring you closer together. And I want to have you learn some practical ways to navigate this new chapter. It's a new relationship. I want you to be able to navigate it with love and understanding. And I know it's hard for moms to walk this road, especially when it is brand new to the relationship. You're probably wondering, why in the world did they need to create them? And we also need to look at why you as a mom need to respect them. So let's start with the reasons why adult children set boundaries. So I believe there's a handful of reasons why adult children set boundaries, but these are my top 3 that I believe are most prevalent in what I've seen in my clients and in my own personal life. Number 1 is independence. So your son or daughter is trying to define their own life, separate from their parents' lives. And in this case, they may be setting boundaries around their personal space, their own family, or maybe it's communication frequency. But bottom line, what they're wanting to do is cultivate their own, they want to be self-reliant. They want to live their own life. And independence is why this is such a big reason on why they do this. And so it's very logical in their defense. I know that this is not a cookie cutter family situation. Each of your families is so different and there's so many different dynamics. So there is no necessarily right, wrong, just a blanket statement for me to make. Okay. But number 2 is protection. Some of them are doing it to protect themselves. Depending on what type of a family relationship you've had with your adult child, maybe it's been volatile in the past, but things have changed, but they're still holding on to grief or resentment. So whether there's been mental, emotional, or sometimes even physical issues, abuse in the past, these boundaries can be crucial for them to maintain their emotional well-being, that they need to manage their own stress, right? We're all responsible for ourselves. So if they're doing this, this is going to reduce conflict for them, right? So for example, they may limit interactions to avoid triggering past conflicts. But that being said, I understand that. I also wish I would be hearing more about these adult children that are wanting to navigate their relationship and heal those so they're not triggered anymore. Let's heal the past, whatever it is. Heal the relationship with one of the most important people in their life, their mother. And sometimes the adult child needs to focus on their own healing. Absolutely. But unfortunately, many times they're not seeing that, or they're not getting that advice from therapy or whomever they're getting advice from. So don't get me wrong, like I said, this is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but it's very important. And everyone is responsible for their own healing. And sometimes putting those boundaries around even mom and even dad sometimes, right, the family, maybe that's what they need for short term, but it's not a solution for long term. Number 3 is marriage. And I see this one all too often. Your son or daughter is navigating a life transition. Maybe they're getting married, they're having kids, they're doing a new career, they're getting promoted. So they're wanting to prioritize these new relationships, which in all reality, they should prioritize those new relationships. So setting boundaries doesn't always equal negativity, right? So they should be prioritizing those. What happens is too many times is on the other side of it, you've got the new daughter-in-law or son-in-law or boyfriend, girlfriend that are kind of raising havoc in the family, unknowing, sometimes unbeknownst to you, putting in wedges of separation. So I know that this is hard for you to accept, but I want to remind you that you were raising adults, you're not raising children. And so the goal here, obviously, is I would love to see reconciliation. And sometimes that just means respecting boundaries. And we're going to dive into that in the next video. But until then, I just want you to know that I do understand that it's difficult because sometimes you fear losing the connection with your child, or it takes time to adjust to the new dynamics, which is fair. And really looking in the mirror and figuring out, who are you? Asking yourself, who am I? And what do I want to do with my own life? And we're going to discuss that in the next video as well. So for those of you that are on this track and you're just kind of feeling lost and you don't even know, looking in the mirror, like, what do I want to do? How do I manage this? You can click the link for the discovery call. It's in the description below and also in the pinned comment. So you can click the link, and I'll see you next time.